Welcome back. It is 8:10. The St. Louis Shock are making noise both on and off the court. Fresh off a championship season. We got to talk about that. The team is now helping bring a Major League Pickleball event to Chaifetz Arena. It takes place this weekend, June 4th through the 7th. They are also breaking new ground with a first of its kind media deal. Okay, I want to hear about this. And a behind the scenes series giving fans an inside look at the sport. Gary, who we got here?
We got Andrew Haynes, Chief Operating Officer of the St. Louis Shock. Welcome. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
What's happening? So, let's start with this event. Obviously, starts the next couple of days. And, this is one of those things that I know about because I reached out to you last year when it first happened. And now I think it's kind of really, over the last year, it feels like it's gained steam from a standpoint of people understand that it's here. People understand, are watching more pickleball. It seems to be on our radars a little bit more because it's on TV. You talked
It's
about
everywhere,
the
almost.
Tell us what's happened in the last year to kind of accelerate that.
Well, I think a lot of things, but everywhere you look, you see pickleball. Even on commercials for pharmaceuticals or dog commercials, everything shows pickleball. A lot of people are playing it. The numbers continue to increase. The amount of investment that we're seeing in pickleball right now has been through the roof, through investment in teams, investment in related companies. So we expect that to continue the next 5 to 10 years at rapid rates. And it's great for the professional side. These players are influencers on social media. They're celebrities in their own, and they're making real money. If you saw this past summer, this past few months ago, we had our league draft. We spent $1.23 million to get the #1 draft pick.
Whoa.
And I'm very thankful for our ownership because it helps my job on the business a little easier because they're really invested in the team. They're invested in the community, obviously, with Chaifetz Arena and SLU and that. So I'm very fortunate from that standpoint. This event is the second time we've held it here. Last year it was one of the largest and most attended professional pickleball events in history. It's at one of the best venues in the country, though.
Unbelievable. Why? How does it work with the draft, real quick? How you?
It's a bid process, right? Yeah. So basically who spends the most gets the first pick, and then it just goes down. And it was through Zoom this year, and I was on there, and I'm not involved in those decisions, but when it got to about 800,000, I'm like, hey, we sure this is?
Can we pull this off? Is it my salary? They're going to be taking it.
This is a lot of money, and we wanted to get, basically the way the roster works is you have to drop a player after the season. So we wanted to retain the player we dropped, which is Anna Bright. She's the #2 female player in the world. Yeah. Awesome player, awesome teammate, awesome captain for us. So. Our ownership was like, we're doing whatever it takes to get her back, and they meant it.
That's a pretty easy, because that's a name that, obviously if you just watch a little bit of pickleball, there's probably 4 or 5 names that you could see that come out, right? So now we have this event. So tell us, we've got all these people that maybe are on the fringe about, hey, they've never watched pickleball, they maybe sort of seen it on TV. They play it, whether or not it's outside now that it's nice on days like today, or they're used to playing it only in the winter. They think it's for old people, or they think it's for former washed-up tennis players like this guy. What can they expect if they're going to go out over the course of the next few days?
Well, I think it's an event, right? It's not just pickleball. You have music going on. You've got a lot of in-game and promos. So, but on the court, you're going to see how quick it is, how skilled it is. Like, again, you kind of touched on it. Most people, their first thing is old people. That's an old people thing. That's easy to play.
Yeah.
And it is easy to kind of pick up and be able to play. It's hard to master, and trust me, we're nowhere near these level of professionals. And it's younger and younger. In the draft this year, we drafted 3 players. One of our players is 13 years old. She made her Major League Pickleball debut in Dallas a few weeks ago with us. But she is expected to be the next top player over the next few years. But this sport is getting younger and younger. Every day you're seeing these new kids, coming up, and 25, 30 years old is starting to get old in this business.
Are there going to be college teams, or are there already?
There's a lot of college clubs. I know SLU and Wash U has club pickleball. Eventually, we are going to see that in high schools. We're going to see that in colleges. It's really beginning to start at that young age now, and people are seeing that there's a true pathway to actually make a career out of this. I mean, the average player in the league is making over $200,000 a year. So, they're able to make a living off of this, and there's players making in the, mid seven figures.
Yeah, and it used to be where I think when this first started, there was no media rights. There was like if somebody was traveling all around the country, not necessarily world at the time, but around the country, it was like $80,000 was like the top, and so that was like kind of not a viable situation. People still had to work a day job, and so now. This is what's invested. And what people don't understand is, we have such a big pickleball community here with, Missouri Pickleball Club. It's one of the biggest things, and locally, and so people are going to go out and watch these players that are playing 5-0, rapid pace, waiting for the next mistake. How can they join you? When does it start? What are the times for people? Are they able to get there during the day? Is it the evening? What's going on?
The great thing is you can come for one match or the whole day. Basically, it's about 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday is going to be a little bit earlier start and probably will end about 3:30. But again, the ticket gets you in all day. It's a great event just to kind of hang out. But I mean, one of the teams that's going to be here is the LA Mad Drops. They have the #1 men's player, Ben Johns. Very very familiar name. So in pickleball. But obviously our team is the hot team, and you kind of touched on it earlier. We just announced a partnership with Pickleball TV to launch our reality show. Last year it was just a YouTube series, and now it airs tonight, our second episode. But it really takes you behind the scenes. We have such a dynamic team. We've got, two 20-year-old guys that, never went to high school really. They've been professional for the last 4 or 5 years, so they were on the road all the time. We have a 13-year-old. We just drafted another 18-year-old, and then Anna and Kate are our main women player. Kate played at Michigan tennis and professionally. So it takes you behind the scenes. It's less on the court and more off the court, like the shenanigans that we get into.
The personalities,
exactly.
Right?
Last night we went out and played laser tag and go-karts with the team, and that'll be on next week's episode.
Oh, good.
But it lets people see like a personal side to the players, and we want to create that connection as we're trying to build our fan base nationwide. And we definitely started out here in St. Louis, but like our fan base goes really international now.
Well, you have to do that, right? Because I think it's just like, I'm obviously a big golfer, but I play a lot of pickleball as well, so that's why I know all this stuff. But it's like, I know some of the bigger names, and you almost need not necessarily the villain, but you have the Ben Johns where the guy wins every week, right? And so he's got the target on his back. But you got the Anna Brights, and so like those names are always in either the mixed doubles or the singles or whatever it may be. And so everybody's coming for them, and they still find a way. But you also don't know about all the other people, and you want to develop them. So when you're watching these things on TV, and I think that's the thing when you're watching on TV is like, if you're a casual observer, you don't know who these people are, but maybe this is what's going to be able to open that up a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it can, maybe get some people that are on the fringe or not sure what pickleball is, like at least like see some of the personalities behind it. Because when we play a match too, our players, they're screaming in the other player's face sometimes. Like, there's some trash talk going on.
There's some cockiness to it.
Yeah, our team's got a little bit of a swagger. People love it or hate it, and we embrace it. If you guys have seen Dr. Chaifetz at SLU basketball games, how passionate he is, that's the entire way through our organization. And so you see our bench, we're getting hyped up there, and we, like I said, love us or hate us, but we are authentic, and that's really what the show kind of brings out too, is that off the court, that it's the same that you see on the court.
Well, people are going to come out and grab tickets. Can they do it day of, in person, online? What would you prefer?
Yeah, they can do it at the arena box office, but they also can go to MLPSTL.com and get discounted tickets there. They're 15% off, and you can, buy a single day, a multi-day, or all 4 days and get discounts. So.
Excellent.
Absolutely blowing up, and exciting to have the show. That should be really, really cool. Pickleball TV.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for coming in.
Cool. Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to have to check it out this weekend.